Who would be a politician you like?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's hard when in the name of Christianity people are doing so much, bad.
Use my encounter with this young, sensitive soul so that you can be ready to witness to one who is a bruised reed. This is Moira, and Moira is going to now tell us everything you know about the holiday known as Easter. Go.
Honestly, not much. I know it has something to do with, in Christianity, the, resurrection of Jesus, right?
That's good, actually. That's more than a lot of people have told us they know. So you did really good. Okay, so the resurrection of Jesus, and you said Christian, so I'm going to guess you're not a Christian.
Nope.
Are you anything religious-wise?
No.
Agnostic.
Yeah.
If there's a possibility that God exists, what would be the standard that this God would need to meet for you to acknowledge that he does exist?
I know people go on a lot of things based on faith, but I don't think I believe in something until it directly involves me, I suppose.
Let me just see if I can provide that standard for you with this bench, all right? Do you know where this bench came from?
No.
Did you see anybody make it? But do you believe that somebody did make this bench?
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of intuit when we see something that's designed, there's a designer. So I would suggest to you, Moira, that as I look at the creation and I see the buds on the trees, the birds, the bees, human beings, the beautiful sunrises and sunsets, I notice that it's all designed. And therefore, I conclude there must be a designer. Let's try the 10 Commandments. We're all pretty familiar with that, right? No, you don't know the 10 Commandments? You should honor your father and mother. You should not commit murder. You should not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Do those ring a bell?
Yeah, general rules, morality kind of thing.
Have you followed all of those laws?
No.
Me neither. Yeah, yes, so if we use that standard, then the biblical word would be, then we're sinners, we're lawbreakers. So Moira, would God see that you, Moira, have been innocent or guilty?
Probably guilty.
You and I are in kind of a scary spot. We'd be going not to the good place, but to the bad place, right? So God's plan, so that he could forgive sinners and still be just, was to send his son, Jesus, lived a perfect life, never broke the commandments, and then he was beaten, whipped, hung on a cross, where he was receiving the punishment that you and I deserve. He died in our place, but 3 days later he rose from the dead, demonstrating he has the power over the grave. And what was happening was that sins were being paid for. He was shedding his blood for the forgiveness of sins of people who would believe in him, so that if you or I put our trust in him, in Jesus Christ, when we die, God will find us not guilty because our fine has been paid by Jesus Christ. Is my recollection of history true?
Ultimately, I think Jesus was probably a real person, but I don't believe the stories are true. It just doesn't track with me. I just don't believe in it.
You know those people who maybe were just obnoxious, whatever, I'm sorry. They just shouldn't be that way. Somebody who followed.
For all Christians, I know that. It's just hard to reconcile everything with the hate that I see and have experienced. It's hard when in the name of Christianity people are doing so much bad.
I don't disagree with you. I would say two things about that. First of all, we're commanded by Jesus to actually love our enemies, not just people who are nice to us, but even people who are cruel. So somebody who's not acting like that is not being a good Christ follower. Who would be a politician you like? And we're not going to debate politics. I just want to use this as an example. Who would be a politician you like?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
So let's just say you were trying to tell me that she's a wonderful politician. And I said, but you know what? I met somebody who's one of her followers and she wasn't nice. Therefore, I conclude that she is not worthy of my consideration or vote. You'd say, well, I'm sorry for what that person did, but that person wasn't representing her. So just think about her policies, think about her, and render your judgment based on her, not on some bad behavior of some of her followers. That's the illustration that I would share with you about Jesus Christ. consider his claims. Don't be tainted by the bad behavior of some of his followers.
Sure. I mean, you made some good points. I follow your logic. Yeah.
All right. Moira, thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. For all of you Arminian passengers, you might think you have free will, but not on this flight. So let's put those seats in their upright and locked positions. And for all of my Calvinist passengers who believe in the sovereignty of God, he may ordain that you're going to crash today, but if you do, you're going to do it with your seatbelts on. So let's just buckle up.